It's been an absolute scorching day today. So let's see who's popped in for a chat. Let's have a look. So we've got Rose Allotment Adventures. Karen, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Blues Food, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Steve from Norfolk and Good Self Sufficiency. Hope you're keeping well. Hey, yeah, buddy, come up here. Let's see who else is in. So we got little Zaki taking over. So what's everyone been up to today? Because it's been an absolute scorcher. It's been way too hot to do a lot of hard graft. And I've just woken up from a little nap actually. So I had to have an afternoon nap because I was feeling that hot. Dean's lost the plots here. Dean, how are you doing? Bonjour to you. How are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in. Carol, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. What's everyone been up to today? Because it's absolutely been sweltering today. So, Chris, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Lots of deadheading. See, I was hoping for a good productive day, but it was just too hot to do anything. It was way too hot. I had my vaccine yesterday. I felt absolutely fine. I finally got Pfizered, and I felt absolutely fine yesterday. And something happened during the night where it just completely... I felt really ill during the night. And I woke up this morning and I feel a bit jittery and a bit shivery. So about 6 o'clock, I started cutting the hedges. Did a bit of trimming the hedges and tidying the garden up, and then I just couldn't handle it. Had to go for a lie down. I didn't wake up. I did wake up. What little Zaki telling me I didn't wake up. But Monty, your hat matched the sky. Your head looks tiny. So Zaki's coming and saying hello. John, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Been a really hot day working near Malton at the Greydale Maze. It's good to be chilling now. The maze. What have you been doing there? It's them drones that follow. Well, we'll see. We've got the chip in my arm now, so hopefully my Wi-Fi signal. I haven't noticed a massive improvement in my Wi-Fi signal. It's a little bit slow at the minute still, so maybe it'll improve. Carol, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Rugby
I found a raspberry.
We got raspberries already.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, so we've got raspberries. I thought they're supposed to be autumn fruit and raspberries.
I've been eating them secretly in the garden.
So, yeah, they're supposed to be autumn fruit and raspberries. So, that's nice for them to be coming up now. Zachariah, you sort them out, have you?
Stop.
So our garden's become the go-to place for all the cool kids to hang out. We've got our kids, and we've got a few other kids from on the street. They all pop round. They're all playing. We've got swings and everything, so they're all playing here. Oh, my daughter's awesome, isn't she? So it's melting down here. Didn't get much done at the plot today. See, I'm the same. I wanted to get loads done today. I wanted to finish off a trellis that I started off last week, but it's just too hot. It's just too hot, and I've got the shivers. So I think it's the vaccine that's done it. But yeah, I've got the shivers at the moment. Yeah, Dean, is that 2G connection? I was performing as Professor Fiddlesticks. That must have been fun. Teaching circus skills, doing balloon models. Oh, nice one. 28 watching, only 6 likes. Please hit that like button if you haven't already done so. It does help with the algorithm, and yeah, it does. So if you haven't done so, please do hit that like. Um, it's younger people who experience vaccine side effects. Wish I could say I'd experienced any. Lots of raspberry in Glossop. Yeah, I didn't notice the raspberries coming on. So we've had absolutely loads of strawberries. Raspberries don't come on normally for us till towards the end of next month. So end of August time, that's when the raspberries start coming on, and we start getting raspberries all the way till about September, end of September, October, end of October, that sort of time. But I'd not noticed any raspberries. My daughter's obviously has because she's picking them. Um, That'll be your immune system working with the vaccine. I had it for 2 weeks after my first one, nothing after my second one though. Okay. So, see, my mum had Pfizer and she was fine after the first injection, but after the second injection, she was ill for a few days. Um, Leslie said I must be old then. Do I have a raspberry video? No, I don't. We've got a couple of videos from kids picking raspberries and strawberries and stuff, but nothing specifically on growing raspberries. They're a plant that just needs no care at all. You just pop them in the ground, especially with autumn fruit and raspberries. Pop them in the ground and just leave them to it. At the end, once they've finished fruiting, cut them down to the ground, and they'll send up new canes and a fruit off them. With summer fruiting raspberries, prune them halfway, and once they grow up, they'll fruit on a 2-year-old wood. But that's pretty much all there is to say about raspberries. They're just such an easy plant to grow, and they just get on with it. Um, the article you wrote when we visited Brian is being talked about within my work, and they're potentially discussing for the Internal Works magazine and website. Oh, that's awesome! Yeah, you can. What do you want to tell them?
I found these as well. 3 more raspberries.
So more raspberries, and we've got loads of red currants now, haven't we?
Yeah.
Oh, you're dropping them.
We have a bowl full inside.
Yeah, we've got loads of red currants at the moment. That's awesome, Dean. That'll be brilliant if they do that.
And also the white chicks have moved in with the chickens now.
So yeah, the white chicks that we've got, they've grown up quite a bit, and they've been sent outside, and they're growing out there. So Monty, I've done that one. Steve, come with mine. If I get any further info, if they want to chat more, I'll let you know. Cool. Yeah, that'll be brilliant if they get it going. Pay the ticket and I'll. I only grow autumn raspberries. They have way too much picking and processing there. Some I usually end up with a freezer full anyway. See, that's what we normally do. That's what I thought we had, just autumn fruit and raspberries. I'm surprised to see them at this time of year. I really am surprised to see them. Rahana, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Thank you very much for coming in all the way from Pakistan. Hope you're keeping well. See, I'm so hot today. Yeah, I had to put the lungi on, so I've got the lungi on. I'm chilling in the garden with my lungi and a t-shirt. Just just bought a house. Got to save for. Oh, congratulations, Chris, on buying your house. I saw your post, but that's absolutely fantastic news. That's absolutely, really good stuff. Please, if you haven't hit that like, we've got 32 watching, 11 likes. If you haven't hit that like button, it's just below the video. Just hit that like for me. My autumn raspberries fruit from July to December. I didn't cut them until they die after a year or two. Okay. See, I normally cut them about January, February time. So once they've finished fruiting and the winter's gone through and they've pretty much died back, I just cut them right down to the ground. And they make really good mulch actually. Do you know, shredded up raspberry canes, really good mulch. So let's see. I've got the little chicks out, the second batch of chicks. So if you don't know, we had a real bad failure with the first batch of chicks. Out of 32 eggs, we got 3 chicks, and then Nick sent me another. He sent me another 6 eggs, and we put them in. This time we got my broody to sit on them. My broody sat on them really well. She did an absolutely fantastic job, doing really good. We're coming all the way to the finish line, and then at 15 days, she gets up and moves away. She's not going to sit on them anymore. So after I quickly turned the incubator on and got them into the incubator straight away. And out of that 6 eggs, we've got 5 chicks. So that's a really good hatch the second time around. I think I might have been over ambitious with the 32 eggs, hatching them in one go. And I've realised that the incubator I used wasn't the best. Yeah, and it wasn't holding humidity very well. So 5 out of 6 eggs, I think that's a brilliant hatch rate. But I did have to help quite on 2 of the chicks. I did have to get my hands in there and help out quite a bit, because what was happening was the chicks were cracking through, but they weren't quite able to push the shell apart. So what I did was just like you'd smash an egg with a butter knife. I just gently tapped and cracked all the way around the egg and peeled, prized the eggshell apart and then peeled the top layer of the white stuff back, and then the chick just did the rest of the work. So I felt good for doing that, because if I didn't get involved, just like the last time around, I was too nervous to get involved. I waited, and ahed, and then ended up with chicks dying. But this time, I think I made the right call, because we saved 2 of them. So let's see. Brooklyn Giraffe, hello from Brooklyn, hello from Leeds. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Everyone's wanting Steve to go around and do the garden. You can come around here and do mine as well. I'll have a bit of a chill. Yusuf, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Thanks very much for coming in. Zena's World, wa alaikum salam, all the way from Minnesota. Hope you're keeping well. What's the time over there at the moment? It's absolutely gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous today. Such a boiling hot day. It might be the hottest day so far this year. I mean, it's been so hot that I've hardly got anything done. Home allotment veggie beds, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Very hot day here as well. Got a few. Whereabouts in the country are you? Joe G, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Hope you're keeping well. Thanks so much, Monty. I'm super happy about the house. I'm well happy about your house as well. The house is way too hot tonight. Way too hot too. I think it's going to be way too hot to sleep tonight. But the thing, do you know, when I go to sleep, right? I need my duvet. I don't care what weather it is. I need at least a nice thick blanket on top of me, if not my duvet. So that's one of the things that cause a few arguments in our house, whether I'm having my duvet or not. I don't care how hot it is, but without my duvet or without my blanket, without a good thick heavy blanket, I can't sleep. And we have that little argument every night when it gets hot. Yeah, Zena, we're doing really well. Thank you very much. We're doing really well. All the kids, they went. My wife took the kids to do a bit of last minute Eid shopping, so we've got Eid next week. Probably, I think it's on Tuesday. And my wife went and did a bit of last minute Eid shopping with the kids. My job was supposed to be getting the garden into a nice presentable way order, because we'll sit and have our Eid party in the garden this year. Hopefully it's going to be nice enough.
Double trouble.
I've got double trouble coming to join me.
Mine.
You can't hear anything through there, so don't worry.
Why do you have it on?
Why do I have it on? We only have the chickens. We only have 3 chickens at the moment, and these are rescues that are quite old.
We only
still
have
laying there.
5.
So we had 16 hens last
I
year.
thought we had 30.
No, we had 16 hens last year, and then
Now we have only 6.
well, now we've only got 5 of the old hens. My
And we
na-
got
I
3
mean,
chicks and 5 chicks.
that arm hurts, brother.
Oh, wait, can I show them the chick just put up there?
No, not now.
I wanted to hold that. The chicks are just right next to us playing.
So
and eating.
yeah, we had 5. We've only got 5 left from the old batch of
Oh, yeah.
hens. My neighbour's dog got in, killed one of the hens, and then after that, within a few weeks, they all started just dying. So within about 6 weeks, we lost 10 hens.
And that old
absolutely,
dog died.
absolutely
And
horrible.
I think they got a new dog. 'Cause I saw a black dog with a white tail. Maybe that was a Dalmatian.
So
No, it wasn't that.
yeah, I need the weight of a duvet to sleep.
an
I need to feel. Do you know when I sleep, right? I wrap myself in the duvet, so I've got the duvet tucked in underneath me at the front, tucked in underneath me at the back, and it's sort of like a little cocoon, and proper snuggled up. And
I want to do that.
you've been doing that because you've been waking up sweating. That's why your hair's all gone. I'm in Hampshire. Okay, so down south.
When you do this to my hair, it feels so soft.
My summer house said 31 Celsius in Manchester today. I think we got a temperature of about 38 in the greenhouse. But that 31 in the sounds lovely. Zaba Khan, assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. No matter how hot it is, I need. You see, I need my blanket. So that's the argument that happens every night.
I got
at
nowhere
home.
to sit.
You got nowhere to sit. Okay, why don't you bring that chair over here and sit next to me?
I can sit on here.
Or you can sit on me. Yeah, that's always an option, isn't it? So let's catch up in the chat. Fiona, how are you doing? Thank you very much for catching the live.
You really
Thank
need
you
to
for all the
catch up
amazing
on the
advice and
questions.
tips. No, you're very welcome.
Where's the big chicks?
You're very welcome indeed.
Oof.
Thank you for all the support, and I really do appreciate it. The big chicks, I thought they were in the greenhouse outside. I don't know then. Yeah, Tuesday for Eid. I'm happy. I wish I was there. Yeah.
I'm so excited for Eid.
Are you excited for Eid? Come on, the other side.
just
Come on,
in this
that's my
chat.
poorly leg. The other side.
Daddy, I think who's
No, they're not in this chat.
So I can tell what I got for them?
Yeah, you can tell what you got for them.
Hope-
So the
Tell them-
lungi bar is the best. See, I'm in my lungi. Yusuf, I'm in my lungi. I'm chilling in my lungi. Plenty of air. It gives you a nice breeze. Nicholas, I'm in LS8.
I need to pee.
So just down from the park.
Dad,
Can I can't have a duvet in this in here. Shows the chicks, please. My wife Gilly's asking that. Let me see. Let's see if we can manage this. So someone wants to see the second batch of chicks there. We've got 5 little chicks. I can't remember what they're cross between. The hybrid. They're cross between. I can't remember what they're cross between. But I think their father's a Spanish black hen. It's got white wattles and white ears and stuff.
the chicks aren't there.
Your dad was probably taking them in then.
No, the box isn't there. Oh, there they are.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
So they're the second batch of chicks.
Can I show the other one?
No. No. Calm down.
Can I show the other ones? You know how many,
No.
spicy I get when I don't get one.
Yeah, I know, but you gotta take it easy. Look, you don't rock the table because look every time you do that, the camera shakes like that. It's not good, is it? Don't. Don't. I just told you not to. Anyone breaks into my house, they'll have a hippo chasing after them. Which hippo? Straight away, Dave's asking which hippo. Where you get a hippo from? Khadija Saleh wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Dave, what are you doing?
I'm trying to...
It's not. Leave that.
I want to see what that...
Sit up. You'll see it here when you get to it. Stop shaking everything. Come on, stop shaking everything. Just gotta chill. Is that really what you're doing? I've been in Manchester once. Love it. Oh, leave that. Uh, so the heat is really tough here in New York. I'm way too.
Oh, New York.
I'm constantly moving around the
Have
containers
you
in my
seen
balcony to keep
Spider-Man
the
in New
plants
York?
from wilting. So there's a question for you. Have you seen Spider-Man in New York?
No.
Can you put up any sort of shade cloth to give them a bit of protection?
Someone said, "Child, listen to your
Please,
dad."
can you stop shaking that?
It's hard. She's gonna go move that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, Dean's backyard veg plot. Dean, how are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in. Hope you're keeping well, mate. We're brilliant over here. A bit hot, but pretty good. Brian, thanks very much for coming in. So Brian very kindly gave me the hedge trimmer. He saved the day. So my first introduction to battery powered hedge trimmer, and yeah, it's doing a pretty good job actually. I'm really happy with the way it's working. Nicholas is in Meanwood. Ah, okay, so you're not far at all. So yeah, you're not far. You're close by.
Like
There you go.
one
Yeah.
street away.
No, he's. Do you know where Aldi is? Can you remember where Aldi is?
Who's Aldi?
Aldi's a supermarket, not a person. Stop picking
Oh
that.
yeah.
Do you know Meanwood Woods where we went for the walk and they've got all the water, the stream and the big rocks that you did climbing up?
Yeah. Did we make the dam there?
Yeah. Where you made the dam, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's where he lives.
I like making that dam.
So what you know about?
Is it where the dog was eating the hospital?
Brian, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in.
What?
Hope you're keeping well. I hope you're enjoying your weekend.
Attack on Titan.
So, Dean's the hippo.
Wow.
Drop's family garden. You thought we were having an earthquake when you were shaking the camera. Drop, how are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in. Let's see. In our house, the wife's Brian, you're gonna get in trouble for saying things like that. Naughty man.
Wait, where?
Proper naughty.
Where?
He said his wife's the hippo. He's gonna get in proper trouble for saying that. Night, everyone. Laura, you take care. Thanks very much for joining us.
I think
We'll
she already
see you again
went,
next
though.
week.
I think she already went.
She probably has already went. I might be way behind in the chat.
No, you
But-
definitely are.
I'm definitely way behind in the chat. So everyone's a critic, guys. Everyone's a critic. Yeah.
What's a critic?
The critic is what you just did. Pound for pound TV. Walaikum salam. Can you stop picking that?
Eh.
He's got a habit. He has to pick everything. So you can't pick the chairs, otherwise they'll break.
I can't help it.
So no more hippo talk. You're perfect just as you are.
Come on.
She's telling you off for being mean to yourself, Dean. Yeah, exactly. Stop it. It was so hot this summer. It was 110 degrees in Canada. Oh, what's that in? What's that?
Was it?
110 degrees Fahrenheit. What's that in New Money?
Oh!
Because are you where there's the heat wave, and have you got sort of forest
Wait,
fires at the
isn't
moment?
Canada cold?
In the winter it is, but not in the summer.
So Canada's too hot in the summer and too cold
she-
in the winter.
She'll only charge me after.
And it's where maple
Or
syrup
shade cloth,
comes
that's a
from.
great idea. Also, no Spider-Man sightings here, but he lives in Queens, New York, which is not far from me. So no Spider-Man. She hasn't. No Spider-Man
Remember
there.
that person called Tony and we kept calling him stuff?
I purchased a Titan petrol here as trimmer from Schoolfix 2 years ago and never looked back.
I know that
See,
Spider-Man
I had one of those
lives in Queens.
5-in-1 multi-tool, so probably the same manufacturer as Titan. Because what they do is they take the same engine and just stick a different sticker on it. And that lasted, the first one lasted me, close to about 10 years. And then last year it packed in, so I bought a new engine for it, just a header unit, changed the head unit, and that didn't even give me a season. And that's one of the most annoying things, that I didn't get a season out of a full year out of the second engine. But the heavy machines and these tripod ones, they're really light actually, compared to what the petrol one is. They're really light, so you can do the whole garden and not feel as tired. Um, Oops, what's happened there?
You're way too down.
I went way too down. Oops, let's get back up and get the chat back under control. So can you manage the chat then? Sultan, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Thanks very much for coming in.
No, nobody's
Stop it.
for the sign. Oops.
No, that's not going to work. I just saw someone from Baltimore say, so growing veg with Jay. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. That's America as well, Baltimore. It's not Voldemort.
Voldemort!
That hedge cutter looks quite... Yeah, I'm quite happy with it actually.
At school, Khadija told me she's
really
reading
well.
Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
And one of the things that's been putting me off about battery is that we've got quite a big garden, and I didn't think, I thought that I'd be charging it constantly. But I can get one side done with one charge, and that's really good, because charge is quite fast. Within an hour, I've got a full charge again.
We went away for the week. The little chicks. Oh yeah, the white tiny.
I bet Dean's in his hot. Dean's got a hot tub. That's perfect.
Hot tub.
You guys had your paddling pool. You were splashing about in that.
Paddling pool has dirty stuff in it.
That's because you put dirty stuff in it. You jump in and out with your bare feet, run around the garden, and then jump back in.
Why didn't you clean it then?
Why didn't I clean it? There you go. What do you think I was doing before I set you up?
You didn't even take it down. You just filled it up. Put foam on the side top.
So, drop some gun. I always eat too far. Many of them panic after their visits. Oh, Karen. So, Georgie.
Press that button.
But as soon as the mouse lets me. So let's scroll down the bottom, because I'm getting told off for being behind in the chat by my son. Yeah, thank you very much for coming in. Hope you keeping well.
Multiple thumbs up.
Guys, we've got 30 people in the house, 22 likes. If you haven't hit that like, please hit that like for me. I really appreciate it.
Do it now. Come on, chicken. Wait, it says 23 likes here and 22 over there.
Yeah, it's okay.
Must be a glitch.
So,
Yes! Hello, customers! Hey, I'm here! Dad, can you show me how to do the wheel thing?
the real thing. We're not going to be doing the real thing for a while, not until we get to 50,000, mate. So when we get to 50,000, we'll do the real thing again.
I just want to know how you do it.
I'll show you how once we get there. So, so it's anyone called Dean over your knee.
Dad, I want to make I want to make a competition of something.
Stop picking that, because you're damaging this chair.
Yeah, but I can't think of what to do, so I need to.
Okay, you can do a giveaway at 50,000 subscribers. That's the competition for you. Are you going to show us your hobby plants today? I'm not. Yeah, I wasn't planning to. I showed them last week actually. So last week's live, I went around the garden and did a tour, and I showed them then. Okay. So we've got a garden. Our gardens are pretty much a drop-in centre for the kids on the street, and they all just come round. Just treat the place like their home.
Abdullah does a lot of stuff, and he acts like he owns the things.
It's fine. He's smaller.
He's also annoying.
He's smaller than you. He's fine.
And annoying.
So it's a great.
Tell me, why do they still call you Monty?
So, yeah, so
Dad,
usually
why do
we
they
did a
still
tour
call
last
you
week, a
Monty?
little bit of a tour around the garden, and
Dad!
hopefully maybe this week or sometime soon I'll do another live tour.
Dad. Why do they still call you
Um,
Monty?
The mum,
Who's mom?
can you stop picking that? Because you're ripping everything apart. So we've got like these weaved chairs and stuff, and he's picking them and pulling them out. Because you just look what you've just done. You just broke that. Look, it's not good. You destroyed the sort of chairs in the house. So our house used to be like that when the kids were younger and at home still. So quiet now. See, right now, I mean the kids just welcome anyone around, and
No, I don't.
no, you don't. So they just turn up.
Yeah, like the neighbours.
Yeah, and they just turn up and you play with them all day.
Yeah, which can get annoying because I just want to stay inside.
See, I can say
sometimes.
something and he'll contradict me he'll behave one way, and then when I say he's doing that, then he'll contradict me and say no, he's not. I've told you stop picking it.
I'm not trying to push it in.
No, just put your hands off it. So it's just 2 tablespoons of sea salt or kosher salt to 2 cups of water.
Drop's family garden. It sounds a bit like my family garden.
And any spices you want to add, leave in the dark shell for about 2 weeks and check daily to release the pressure. Are you making a ferment? Okay. Yeah, the garden's producing really well at the moment. What we're getting, we're picking lettuce every single day. We finish with our peas, finish with the broad beans. The run beans are starting to flower, and we produce courgettes every day. Kohlrabi every other day. Every day we're picking something from the garden. So with onions as well, we don't normally pick everything in one go. So we just go in, and as and when we need a couple of onions, just pull them out of the ground and take them in and use them straight away. We stopped buying onions for the last month or so. We won't be buying any more onions till the end of summer. We're growing our own onions. What else are we growing?
I don't know.
Your sunflower's doing good. Your sunflower's doing absolutely
But
awesome.
the slugs are eating it.
No, he's not. Look, he's standing up really nice.
Slugs are still eating it.
He's a little boy. No way he's going to sit still. Yeah, I mean, he's picking at everything. He likes to. He needs to be picking. He's just pulled out because the chairs and stuff, the garden furniture, it's all woven. We bring one of the chicks over to say hello.
A chick. You're just scaring it. A bit crazy. A chick. Hey, that's my seat. Sit down.
It's okay. So the chicks are out in the garden today as well. They come out during the day. I've made a little cage for them, and they're just chilling in the garden.
What's
They're just
that school?
They're just chilling in the garden, and they sit outside all day. In the evening, they're going in with us. And the big ones are staying outside now. That's a boy, by the way.
Oh, good boy.
Okay.
Good boy.
You okay, buddy?
Yeah. Come on.
So
This is our neighbor.
this is one of the neighbours.
He's one of the good ones. He's not annoying.
Give him
And he has 2 heads. I'm his second head.
We've got yeah.
I'm his second head.
You're just taken over by the kids at the moment.
Taking over by the chick.
Okay, put them away now. Put them away.
Suleiman has 2 heads now.
Food always work quite well with children.
Head.
Dave, give him some bubble wrap and tell him to pop that and pop it in the garden. Do you want some bubble wrap? So you can pop it. How did I put the chicken?
I need a fidget toy.
You've got loads of fidget toys.
Like what?
How did I put them in the box and take them inside now?
Oh my God. Get a lid.
Do you want some bubble wrap? Henrik, how are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in, joining us all the way from Egypt. Hope you're keeping well.
What?
Uh, Go and help your sister. Go and help your sister. So they're doing the nightly operation and putting away. Henrik, I think it was about 28, 29 degrees Celsius. So it's pretty hot today. One of the hottest days of the year so far. But you're probably getting those sorts of temperatures every single day anyway. A secret to getting your kids to behave is one really good spanking. If you have to say is want a spanking, they behave wise off when they're about 10. 24 degrees at the moment.
I got it. Corner them.
See, these kids are absolutely brilliantly behaved. They're a really good bunch of kids actually. I'm happy with them. Yeah, I've got one. Put them away. Put them away.
Want a snack? No, we all want a snack that calms them down. Yeah, so that's...
There you go. Put them away. Put them away. So they've let them out in the garden and they're all just chasing them around, trying to pick them up into the garden. Works for me. Yeah, these are well-behaved kids. They generally do really well. I think they'll get a bit cheeky when they're a bit bigger though. They get into that age when they're starting to get a bit cheekier, and they've got an answer for everything. But yeah, they're good. It's 5 million degrees. Just saw a pigeon spin.
Open the door. Open it. Yeah. Everyone corner it. Corner him or her. Yes.
So let's see. Yeah. It's hot. It's hot. I'm gonna have after this live stream. I'm gonna have a nice cool shower. Khadija, put them away.
There's a worm in his mouth.
Well, don't pull them out. Put them away. Your kids are great. They're just having fun and enjoying life. So nice. See, that's what I say, Fiona. Just let them be. They're a good bunch. They generally listen to what I say, except when they're not. Love seeing and hearing with the children. The chicks look like they're going to be big. They're all the full-size chickens, so they're not bantams. I'm not.
That's a girl or boy?
That's a girl. Okay, go and put that one away.
Animal.
So my daughter just said, "Aren't girls supposed to be calm?" I said,
Animal.
My answer is, are you calm?
Chicks.
Put them away. No, stop shaking the table. I said put them away.
It's jumping on me. Get her.
I'm gonna get my duvet out of the freezer. Yeah.
Why do you have a duvet in your freezer?
See, I was a naughty kid, Drop. I was a proper naughty kid. But no, well, I wasn't a naughty kid. I was a bit naughty when I got a bit older.
Wait, no,
Stop chasing them around, Khadija. 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 You're gonna get into trouble if you keep chasing them around the garden. Just leave them be.
Oh my gosh, you found a worm. It found a worm and it's pulling it out from the ground. And it ripped it in half.
They found a worm out of the ground. Let them eat it. It's okay. That's what chickens do.
Let it eat.
Corn is doing good in full sun and the heat. My corn's about 4.5 foot at the minute. About 4 foot, 4.5 foot. It's doing really well. It's loving this heat actually. My squash are doing really well as well. They're absolutely romping away. The squash in the new garden's just completely taken over. The whole of the new garden that I made a couple of months ago, that's all just covered with squash plants now. So we've got beans climbing up out of the ground, squash romping away on the floor. We've got sweet corn. Sort these kids out. Um,
Oh,
so let's see what's happened there. Did you? So did you not? Did you try doing the live video with them? Not sure. The, so Stacey, I've found that I've really struggled with the heat today. I was supposed to get on with um, a good bit of cleaning and getting the garden in shape for Eid, but it was too much. I mean, I did the front hedges and the side hedges, the front garden and the side. I did that, and then after my vaccine yesterday, I'm feeling a little bit shivery, so I just couldn't handle it anymore. I just went to bed about 6 o'clock and woke up just before the live stream. So I'll probably be like the kids. I'll be awake all night. Atik walaikum assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. What am I going to do with them chickens? I keep chickens. I've been keeping chickens for a long time. They produce eggs and they produce compost. Let's see. Most of my eggs are for hens. The rooster may see freezer camp if he doesn't stop crowing. Drop. Have you ever tried a crow collar? Your kids will- See, Fiona, that's what I say. Do you know when I talk about gardening and stuff? It's being on my dad's allotment when I was their age that I love those memories. I love. Stop biting your fingers.
I'm not biting my fingers, I'm picking my nose.
Just stop. Oh, even more pleasant. Lovely. Yeah, I still love. I still remember the times at my dad's allotment running. Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. Just leave it. Yeah, I still remember running around with my dad's allotment, enjoying the time there, and that's the thing that I want these guys to take with them, and keep them memories when they're older, and hopefully they'll take some of this knowledge with them as well when they grow up. Yes.
I don't want to be an artist. We put the not an artist, a gardener. We put the chick, the big chicks in with the chickens in the box, and one of the chickens was trying to look what's inside.
Yeah, I'm sure they were.
Cheeky chickens.
Stop that.
Ow, your nails are long.
Stop that.
Your nails are long.
Yeah, Zena's World. It is basically that area is like a Three Sisters garden. But I've got tomatoes in there. I've got everything in there.
Come on.
Guys, it's 8:30. It's nearly 9 o'clock. It's time for everyone to go home now. Okay? Have you read Asr Namaz yet?
Nope.
Go and read Asr Namaz. Khadija? Have you read Asr Namaz yet?
No.
Go read Asr Namaz. Yeah, Chris, they all just turn up. Look at me, the neighbouring is starting to fill up my compost. Nice one, Henrik. See, I'm still waiting for a wood chip delivery. My tree surgeon's gone AWOL at the minute. He hasn't dropped me off a good delivery of wood chips for ages. So I'm texting him and he's sort of ignoring my text. I don't know if he's found somewhere else to deliver that's closer for him. But I'm getting a bit worried because I haven't had a wood chip delivery for about 6 months. And so I need to find someone new that'll drop something off for me. He only crows when I go outside, makes it hard to record anything. Get a mic drop. Mics, and then that'll help muffle everything out. Film him, stick him on TikTok and let it go viral that way. Kay plays, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. I hope you're keeping well. Hope you're well. Been a long time. Really enjoying watching your family garden channel. I've tried a few things myself. Royal from Sheffield. What are you growing? So what are you growing this year? I have 2 full Three Sister garden mounds and 2 that are corn beans only. See, I don't deliberately go for Three Sisters with the corn and the beans trying to grow up the corn. So I grow my corn in an area and let the let the squash grow underneath it, um, and the beans in a separate area, and let them climb up their own poles. So I don't let them climb up the. So my neighbours turned on some kind of machine and causing a bit of a racket. But I don't let my beans climb up my corn because they just don't do well. I mean, the corn doesn't grow fast enough in this country. We just don't get the heat to get the corn long enough for the beans to climb up. So I can give them. So I prefer to give the beans 10-foot canes and just let them climb up that. On a separate area where I've got loads of sweet corn growing, and underneath my sweet corn I've got coriander growing, um, and the leaves of the sweet corn provide a bit of shade and stop the coriander from bolting. Uh, they're not supposed to be doing trees until September. Possibly why he's not dropping anything off. Rooster usually shuts up when I squirt it with the garden hose. Um, we had some magnificent roosters a few years ago. One was about about 2.5 foot. He came up to my hip. Um, Absolutely massive animal, really impressive kind of guy, but loud as anything. And some of my neighbours complained about him, and I was about to get a ASBO. Um, so from the local council, they were going to send me an ASBO. So an ASBO, for those of you that don't know, is an antisocial behaviour order, and yeah. One of the strangest things to get an ASBO for is having a rooster. Um, I actually grow the corn and sunflowers together so they climb up the sunflowers. See, again, the beans wouldn't do well with the sunflowers, I don't think, here. So let's see what's happened there. So I froze. Chris, am I back on yet? Just try refreshing it and see what that does. My sweet corn is about 2 foot high. My peas are about 12 foot high. My peas are about done. I've got second sowing. Well, not second sowing, probably third or fourth sowing of peas at the moment. That I'm gonna transfer out into the ground pretty soon. We've harvested the last sort of peas from the earlier ones. Noor Ali, walaikum, assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Thanks very much for coming in. Norma Cohn, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. It's abnormally hot in Manitoba. See, Norma, it's been really hot today. It's been really hot for us today. Ruel, how's it been in Sheffield today? Um, so cucumber, strawberries, squash, and trying some brinjal, but not doing that well. Um, also got some Carolina Reaper on the go. Did you grow the Carolina Reaper from seed, or did you grow them from plug plants? Because we've got some Trinidad Maruga. I think Trinidad Maruga. We've got some loads of Bangladeshi Naga. We've got a few Dorset Naga as well. So we've gone quite heavy in on the Naga this year. But we're picking. Yeah, that's another one that we're picking every single day. Loads and loads of chili. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, she's awesome. Yeah. I'm happy enough with the gourds growing under the sweet corn to shade the ground. Brian, what gourds are you growing? Henrik, she's doing. It's like she's back to normal, like it never even happened, you know. So yeah, I'm really grateful. She's doing really well. I grow the black oil sunflowers for my chickens in the winter. Black oil sunflowers. I've not heard of them before. We grow loads of sunflowers, and the seeds go to the chickens. The ones that we save for seed for planting the year after, we grow them, we save them. But a lot of the seed go back for the chickens to be eating. So Noor Ali, Khair Mubarak, Eid Mubarak. So Eid, for those who don't know, is going to be on about Tuesday, I think, and I'm looking forward to that. I always have fun at Eid time. I'm like a big kid myself, you know. Toss Stones, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Stacey's in Barnsley, and yeah, like you said, it's been too hot to do anything today. Yeah, way too hot. Um, Bobby Oven, how are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in. Hope you're keeping well. Um, Steve, you take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Uh, so, what happened to the rooster? See, this is where I get in trouble with some of my viewers. I ate him. Um, yeah, so that's what ended up happening with him. How do you stop creatures and slugs in on your plants? My dad sprays bug spray, but must be more a natural way. See, I don't use any chemicals in my garden. Bug spray, a lot of these kind of pesticides and herbicides, a lot of them are cancer causing. So I wouldn't have anything to do with that. Um, Neem oil's good for things like aphids. If you look at my chili video, the last chili video I did, I explained a lot about the benefits of using wood ash. Uh, yeah, so that's another good one. If for slugs, try nematodes, or trying to get frogs to move into the garden and they'll eat all the slugs for you. So unless you build a good habitat for where other predators are eating your bugs, you're going to be constantly using those chemicals and damaging everything. Uh, Beautiful day here in Leeds. I got snake gourd and bottle gourd growing for the first time in the greenhouse. Any tips? Yes, I'm coming in. I'm coming in, buddy. Um, so yeah, first of all, give them something to climb. Um, if you've got, the main stem, make sure you pinch it out so it produces side shoots. It's the secondary and tertiary vines that produce the fruit. So make sure you've got loads of secondary and tertiary vines. Um, the way bottle gourds and the same with snake gourds is they're normally pollinated by moths at night time. So if we haven't got a lot of moths at night time in the UK, so you're gonna have to do a lot of hand pollinating. So make sure you're hand pollinating. You're not gonna have to use any bags or anything at this time of year. It's absolutely boiling hot, so don't worry about that. Just get them pollinated and just let them left alone. But make sure they've got something nice to climb and something big to get climb. There's some weird birds. I don't know what those, but might be starlings. I've got a butternut and courgettes plus whatever you. I can't remember what I bought. I think I bought you some uchi curry, if I can ever pronounce it right. Senglish, greetings from France. You've got nice weather. We've got your rain. We love your videos. Well done. Steve and Olga, thanks very much for that. Really, really appreciate that. Um, uh, and it's good to share a bit of weather as well. You can't be having all the sun all the time. We need a bit of sun every now and then. Uh, yeah, grew the Carolina Reaper from seed. They're starting to flower. Sheffield is too hot. Um, uh, Mukid's in Bangladesh. He's been in Bangladesh for the last 2 years, so he's enjoying it out there. So he's going to stay out there. Do I still play football? No, I can't run about anymore. My back's too bad for me to be trying to run. Proper leads, getting ready to plant fruit trees, too wet at the moment. We'll wait. Oh yeah, your seasons are the other way around to us, aren't they? So you're probably in midwinter at the moment. My garlic and Indian squash is ready to be picked. Can't wait. Indian squash. See, garlic. We harvested all our garlic about a month ago-ish, and I've got loads of squash growing under there. Proper microbiology means not needing absolutely, Chris. Having a natural ecosystem where you've got loads of predators eating your pests, and where you do need to intervene, go out and manually kill your slugs on a night time. So every evening, go out and do a slug patrol. Take a pair of scissors with you and cut them in half each night, and you'll never get on top of them, but you'll get rid of a lot of them. Uh, Encourage moths, grow night, scented stock. We planted loads of stocks this year, Bri, but none of the stocks actually grew this year. I don't know why. Um, sounds like swallows, maybe. There was a big bunch of them just flew over the top of me. At least they didn't leave me any presents. Nice for that. I had no idea about tertiary shoots. Not a problem at all. Kid Gamer, how are you doing? Thanks very much for coming in. Hope you didn't forget me. I'm back. Am I fasting? No, not at the moment. I'm not fasting at the moment. I don't do any nafil fast because I take a lot of medication, so it messes with my medication. So I don't do any optional fasts. If it's not fard, I don't do it. From Khadija from USA, which one do you like, BT spray or for battling with worms and caterpillar? I don't use any of those sprays. I don't use any kind of sprays at all. Worms and caterpillars. What kind of worms would be eating your plants? I don't know. But with caterpillars, just pick them off, or if you've got any issues, then use netting. Moth pollination, brilliant. Didn't know this. See, a lot of bottle gourds and stuff that they're. I can't remember the name of the moth, but this in India they're pollinated by a native a moth. So you're probably getting them over in New Zealand as well. You'll get them there. Our bottle gourds are doing great. We're thrilled for our first tin six. What? First time. Karen, you got to be careful. It doesn't take a lot to confuse me. I had a ton of slugs last year, none this year. See, last year we had hardly any slugs. This year we got loads. So I've been scissoring them. We're not getting the big slugs. We're getting those little tiny ones, and they're causing a lot of problems for me actually. Because especially with my lettuce and stuff like that, they'll get inside the middle of the lettuce, and then you'll be eating a lettuce, and then you'll find a slug there. So you've got to wash them properly. So I grew them once, Brian, and they're heavy scented. Indian squash, tinder. I meant. Okay. Yeah, the only squash that we're harvesting at the moment are some patty pans and courgettes. I grew loads of different types of early fruit and squash, and I grew loads of patty pans and loads of honey boats, and I must have given them all away because I've only got one patty pan and I've got no honey boats. So it's just every year I cock up with the labelling and I end up giving plants away that I'm not supposed to, and I'm supposed to be keeping for myself. Insects eat plants that are weak and vulnerable, so get them in the ground. Healthy will fight a lot of issues. Absolutely. See, that's why we get a lot of green fly on chilies and what's the other one? Aubergines, because they are stressed. I mean, when they're not, this isn't their environment. I mean, this time of year they do all right, but all the way up until this time of year when it's really hot, they've been struggling to cope because we're forcing them and growing them in an unnatural way. So they do get attacked by pests and stuff because they are stressed. But you've got to try and balance that by balance growing things that will naturally grow and balance things that you want to grow for fun. And it's a gentle balance because I think I must have about 50 chili plants this year. Probably about 15 different varieties at least. I can't even remember how many. I'm having a look at the greenhouse to see if I can think what comes into my head. But just with nagas, I've got probably about 4 or 5 different types of nagas growing. 3 or 4 different types of habaneros. Yeah, I love my chilies. Insects eat plant. Read that one. We have an extraordinary amount of millipedes or centipedes and earwigs this year that don't seem to be causing much harm except creeping us out. Millipedes, centipedes, absolutely brilliant for your garden. They're great predators. Um, so they're going to be doing a lot of good work for you, so leave them alone. I read something only last week about earwigs, because there's a common thing about earwigs damaging plants, and one of the things that the article said was when they opened up the gut of a earwig, 90% of its stomach contents was greenfly and aphids. So I'm just going to be leaving earwigs doing what they're doing. Um, so yeah, little ones are a nightmare, and have eaten all our kale seedlings. So she'll be putting up the slug post tomorrow. Uh, uh, Hard for me to give. Uh, we have giant slugs here kept as pets. Um, do you have the African land snails as well? Because um, one of the guys in our Facebook group, Chris, he's over in Thailand, and apparently they've got African land snails gone, escaped and living wild, and they're massive monster beasts. I had a major fail on peppers this year. Um, I think this is going to be a good chili year for me. I'm really looking forward to that. It's a shame about your peppers drop. Um, Little Farmer's Farm. Tony, how are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in. Thumb33 here. Thanks very much for that like. If anyone else hasn't hit that like, please hit the like. I showed my mum how many chili plants you're growing, and she was the gobsmacked. See, I didn't. You know, even on the last chili video, I didn't show them all. I probably showed about 70% of them. I've still got other ones dotted about. You know, anywhere I've got a bit of spare space, I've got, or a pot or something, I've just got loads of chilies planted. Um, Earwigs ate my onions. Um, so let's see. Um, I've got the best ever chilies this year. See, where where's she gone? Don't crop me now. She put a picture of her Facebook. You know, Rachel. She put a picture up on our Facebook group about her chilies. She's got a 40 centimeter chili already. Absolutely blew me away when I saw that. You know, absolutely brilliant. 40 centimeter chili, lovely. Um, gotta go. Gotta go now. My poly tunnel to water and see. I'm gonna call it a day pretty soon as well. We've been on just over an hour. Uh, so Little Farmer's Farm is here. Try and chilies this year. We'll follow your advice. Good luck with them, Toss. Really good luck with them. What chilies are you going to be growing? Do you like growing super hots? Yeah, Karen. She's put a picture up on the Facebook group. If you look for a picture, she's grown some spaghetti. I think the spaghetti ones anyway. But it's 40 centimeters long. Um, yeah, really good. Um, Fiona, no thanks for joining us. So, if for those of you that don't know, I'm here. I'm live every Saturday at 8 p.m. British summertime. So translate that into your own local times, and yeah, come along and have a bit of a chat and a bit of fun with us. Do Basket of Fire. Yeah, Basket of Fire never let you down. Um, that's one that we've grown every year, but this year we've not grown them. I mean, the Basket of Fire are a good patio chili, so they don't get too big either. And the chilies are, like they say, they are quite hot, but they're only little, less than about an inchish. First time growing Scotch bonnets, the leaves started to show brown spots and dying back. Cut them off, and I've got plenty of fresh growth. Yeah, as long as you've got plenty of fresh growth, don't worry about the old dying stuff. The stuff that's going to be dying is probably the stuff that's down the centre and down the middle or low down. You know, the stuff that's not getting a lot of light, not getting a lot of air to it. So yeah, just get rid of them. pruning chilies, don't worry about it. They react really well to it. The only thing is, now that we're getting towards fruiting season, you want to try and not get the plant. You don't want the plant. You don't want to encourage the plant to grow more and more branches. You want the plant to produce fruit. So that's the only balancing act you've got there. Norman, not a problem at all. Thanks for coming in and saying hello, though. I appreciate that. On that note, guys, it's been over an hour, and I better go and help with the kids and getting them to bed. So I'm going to leave it there for this one, and I'll see you next week. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.